Hi, it's Cassie with Cassy's Parlor, and we are on week 3 of the art journal adventure for December. So this week's prompt is the writing prompt, and it is superpower. It says, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? So there's a few ways you can go about this for your journal page today. You can write about this prompt. This is a writing prompt. So you could take your page, which if we sort of get settled here, I've got the mixed media journal. Let me get this cover out so everyone can see it. This is from Graphics, the mixed media journal that you've got in your kit this month. And I've got the matte Duralar, so it's the frosty one that almost looks like vellum. Okay, it's not vellum, but it looks like it. So we're going to work on that one. So, but you can also work on whatever surface you want. You can pick a different one out of this journal. You can work in your regular journal or whatever you want to do. But anyway, whatever you're going to work on, you can either write about this prompt and say, what would my superpower be and why, and sort of have a little journal about it. I think that would be amazing. You could then cover it up or not. You can just think about it and then do like a visual representation of what your superpower would be. It's just, this prompt is just to get you thinking about it and sort of spend some time being intentional about this prompt and then creating something on this page to represent that, whether you use words, images, a mixture, whatever, okay? So that is our prompt for today. What is your superpower, or what would your superpower be if you could have anything? So mine would be to fly, because just fly like a bird, because I think that would be amazing. I think just the feeling of flying through the air with the wind on you and just like, it would just be amazing. Plus you could get places a lot faster. I think you could have really amazing experiences and just explore the world in a different way. And I think it would be fantastic. So I would like to be able to fly without using a machine or anything. Anyway, so I think I will do, let's see. I think I want to do some writing. Actually, maybe I don't, because I kind of have an idea in mind, sorta, for like how I want to lay out my page. But of course, that often changes as we go. I did bring some supplies out here. I think I want to play with alcohol ink a little bit. I've got a few colors from Marabou, but of course you could use any colors of alcohol ink on this surface. And actually, I'm thinking, except for the cardboard, you could use alcohol ink on any of the surfaces in the mixed media journal. So that's a good thing to know. I've got my Stays On pigment here. I'm using Piano Black today for what I want to do, I think. Anyway, I have this stamp set that I've had for a while. It's from the line of Clearly Constructed Art Stamps, I Love Paper Dolls by Catherine Moore. And if you've never seen her stuff, I'm going to hold this sideways so you can see. Her stamps are really cool, just like right up my alley and just interesting. This one sort of has a Alice in Wonderland kind of feel, because it's got the mushroom and someone's sitting on it drinking tea and there's a fairy flying and butterflies and stuff. It's just really cool. It's just like exactly my style, and I love her stamps. And I saw this and I was like, oh, that would go great for my writing prompt. So I think this is what I want to use, and I think I just kind of want to build a scene on this page. The cool thing about this too is that, so this particular material, I'm going to show you some of the ways you can use it. This is a new material for us as a group, and so the other weeks I used white craft plastic and I used the wet media Duralar, right? So now we're going to use the matte Duralar, and then next week we'll use a different one, but really these three are the main different types, and then the others kind of behave in the same way. But I definitely want you to play with all of them, test things out, try different materials and like inks and sprays and all that kind of stuff on them, see what works for you and what doesn't. Anyway, cool thing about matte Duralar is that you can kind of see through it, right? So it whatever you create on this, you'll be able to have like a shadow of it on the back. So just like when we did the wet media Durlar, that one was totally clear, so you can definitely see on both sides. But this is going to allow us, just something to think about when you're creating on here, because, you know, depending on what you do to the other side, you could maybe see some of this through there, so it'll give a cool shadow effect. So anyway, just keeping that in mind when you're working on this for a journal page that's going to go in a book, okay? So let's see. So I think what I want to do is play with the background, use some alcohol ink, make some cool little funkiness, and then maybe just stamp these here and there to make a scene. And I think I want to do that in black, so they're kind of like silhouette-ish, you know, because I do have some bright colors here. So that's what I'm thinking, the direction I'm going in. I know that these two things are not in our kits, and so sorry about that, but you definitely can use whatever you want, you know, to make your pages. You don't have to just stick to what's in your kit. It's fun if you do, definitely, but you don't have to. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way because I always tend to like splatter everywhere and then I make a mess. All right, so I'm going to work with the alcohol ink here. One of them has to be shaken up a little bit because it's got glitter in it. These are all marabou, like I said. This one with the glitter is pink, green, gold. And it just has a fun shimmer. And I thought, well, I'm working with like a fairy type person and a fantasy land kind of thing. So I thought a little bit of glitter or sparkle seemed appropriate. So I'm just giving this a shake. Oh, there, I hear the ball. You got to hear that mixing ball. So you get good coverage. So I'm just sort of getting things ready. The rest of these are just solid colors, so they don't need to be mixed up. They stay suspended in the alcohol solution. So let's see what colors I have. This is just extender if I need to play around and you know, move colors around and stuff. So let's see, we've got turquoise and magenta and apple. Okay, so I'm gonna start, I kind of want to do a fun sky. I was thinking like a sunset type of thing. I don't know if I can be that particular or accurate with alcohol ink, but we're just going to try it and see what happens, okay? Okay, I'm just going to start with the blue. Maybe. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Nice. All right, and then we'll add some magenta. Oh, that's pretty. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just going to play and, oh, this doesn't really move stuff around very well, does it? Okay, so let's get some extender. That's going to help it move around a little bit. I'm having a hard time getting this stuff out of here. Okay, here we go. So let's see. There's lots of ways to play with alcohol ink. This, I do want it to blend a little bit. See, it's already making some purple, which is pretty cool. I'm just going to lift it and blow on it, I think. Alright, I definitely need more extender. That just helps it move around more. And I thought I was putting like too much, but I think I didn't put enough alcohol ink. So, yep, just playing around. I don't work with alcohol ink that often, so I definitely feel like I'm still kind of a beginner in this area, but it's so fun to play with. And, you know, since this is a non-porous material, you can definitely do this. Okay, this is too dark for me, and way more than I wanted to have on here, and I don't have the right tools. So, I think what I'm going to do, get a paper towel and wipe it off, or I'm going to blot it and see what happens. This is all just play and like just see where we land. Oh, that's actually way cooler. It's a lot more muted. Got some interesting texture. It's so not what I planned, but like I said, things rarely go the way you plan them. And then I'm going to do some green down here because I think I want, I want them to be on the ground here. Whoa, okay. And I'm going to put some extender. And I think I'm just going to let this float back and forth. This is different from alcohol ink, like any way that I've ever used it ever. But it's fun. It's a fun, different, new way. And I'm just giving it a go. So I'm going to let it go up higher on that one side. Okay. And I probably could do a couple different colors of green and let it be a little varied or whatever, but I like it this way. It looks fine to me. I'm going to maybe blot that in a minute, let it dry for a minute. I do want to use the this glittery one I forgot about on the top. So I think, we'll see. I'm going to try it. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It's ridiculous. Holy crap. Now, if this doesn't scream fairy, nothing does. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to spread around on its own. Alright. I don't want too much extender because I don't want the other colors really moving too much. Ooh, they can almost be like shimmery clouds since I'm doing a fairy thing. Oh, I love this. Okay. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Now, I know I could have done this the other way with the blotter, in the foam, the felt pads and make it more uniform and stuff, but I was just trying a different way of doing this, and I'm actually pretty pleased with the outcome. I wanted it to be different and varied. I have a mini mister that has a 91% isopropyl alcohol, and I thought maybe I would just spritz this on here and see what kind of results I get. Thought that might be cool. So getting all those little bubbly things around there, that's just adding to the texture. I really kind of like where this is going. Okay, so next I'm going to get some stamps ready. So I'm just going to be stamping right over the top of this page. So I think I'm going to start with the guy in the toadstool here. He's pretty cool. And I haven't written anything about my superpower on here, and I don't think I'm going to. I don't know, I might change my mind before the end of it. But like I said, you can represent your superpower in any way you want. And my superpower is fly, so she's going to be flying. The butterflies will be flying. And I will know the intent behind why I made this page and what it means for me. So, again, you can do whatever feels good for you. This is mostly dry. I just want to see if you can see the glitter. Oh, I hope you can. Can you see the shimmer? It's really, really cool. This is a really funky page, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. All right, so first, so this is the Piano Black Stays on Pigment. I just re-inked it, so I'm gonna try to be careful here because it's gonna be kind of goopy. I don't always love the re-inking of these pads. Sometimes it doesn't cooperate, but if you're just careful and take your time, then it's okay. Okay, so let's see. Oops, that green on the bottom's a little bit wet still, but I'm going to be working up here more. So I want to try to cover, when it dried, it's actually not as brown as it was, but I do want to kind of have him off in this corner. Ooh, it's slippery. Okay, so be careful. If you're going to stamp, be super careful not to move it. I think I moved him a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, that was very lucky. So here he is. Look at how cool. Very, very awesome. All right, so I want to get the other main piece stamped, and then we'll add some extra elements here and there. So I'm going to do the fairy girl next, and she's going to be flying up here in the air somewhere. I'm going to ink her up carefully. Oh, she's so pretty. I just love these stamps so much. They're very, very cool. Okay, so she's going to be up here. La la la. Flying in the sparkly clouds. I mean, that's me, right? I love this page already. It's so good. Okay. Very nice. I could have got her a little bit more in the middle, but she looks good. Look at them together. How cool is that? So what else could you use on these matte Duralar sheets? You can use acrylic paint, really anything that you could use on a non-porous surface. And the reason I really like using the matte Duralar is because of the look of it. You know, when you're working on it, it's got the translucency, so you can see through it kind of. Like from the other side, let's see what we've got going on here. So you can still see everything. It's a little bit more muted, but just it gives it sort of an ethereal feel and look to it. And especially when you're working with, you know, slightly translucent paints or even opaque paints, acrylic markers, any oil-based marker product like that. You know, of course you can emboss on it, things like that. You can definitely use your modeling paste and then spray over it with a permanent spray, like maybe some of the gloss spray by Dina. Anything that's permanent. Also the, what is it? Marabou art spray. That is acrylic paint spray. So any acrylic ink, stuff like that, definitely you can use all of that on here. And it looks really, really cool when it's done. So it's just another fun surface to work on. Okay, so let's see what else. Well, I've got this, oh my gosh, I have this guy. He's so cool. He's fishing. So he'll be fishing just in the grass, because why not? But he's on a snail, which is awesome. So we're going to stamp this guy. We're doing everything in black. And really this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp, make my little scene, and then we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do anything else because I think it's going to be quite enough going on here. Yeah, just remember if you're going to stamp on this to just be careful and, you know, don't squish down too hard because it's a little bit slippery. Okay? Okay. So, let's do some butterflies because we need some more flying things. But I think I want to put them, like one here, and then, I don't think I need 3. I think we can have her be 1, so then there's a 3. But I'm putting them here so that I have the placement, and then I'll just pick them up like that. Alright. Getting there. Okay. And then kind of want them up in this corner, moving toward that corner there. Help draw your eye in or out depending on where you started. So cute. Okay. So, I mean, as far as technique or whatever, this is a pretty simple page. I just used some alcohol ink, moved it around in a different way, lifted some of it off, and then I'm stamping on it, and that's it. You could definitely be, maybe I could write around the edge. That might be really cool. My superpower is flying or something like that. I think I might like to do that actually. Let's see if I want to stamp anything else first. Do I want this on here? This might be enough. I think this is pretty good. I like all, I mean, I love everything. I just want to put it all on there, but I think I'm good with the stamping for now. Okay, and then, yeah, maybe I'm going to write around, like do a border of just writing. My stuff should always come with replacement tips because I swear to goodness, I always ruin them because I'm not patient enough. I'm probably going to ruin this one too because this, you know, this didn't have enough time to really dry. Of course I can't do that. Alright, get out of there. I need tweezers. Hold on. It's a process here. This might be a good lesson for you. So if you do have a replacement nib, or sometimes you have different size nibs and you want to switch it out. I just pulled the old one out and the new one was in the cap. This is a Pabeo acrylic marker, so they all have different ways that they give you new nibs. If they give you new nibs, so now I've got a new one in here. So hopefully I won't ruin this one. And then you just have to reprime it. Get that acrylic ink flowing through there again. Hopefully that's all the issue was. We'll see in a second. Oh yeah, she's back. She is back. I love this one because it's got a nice fine point. And so of course I used it, and so the best way to ruin your nib is to use it on a wet material like acrylic paint. And you might think the acrylic paint is dry, but it's sometimes, if you don't wait long enough, it's probably not dry enough. That's why I always say when we're doing art journal pages, put it aside. Don't do your doodles right away. Wait until at least a day, you know, and then come back and do your doodle. I often wait till my book is done, and then I go back through page by page and make doodles in it, just to be safe. But anyway, yeah, don't mess with your nib there. So let's see. I'm just gonna real quick write around this whole thing. I think that'll be a fun way to finish it. Let's just make sure I'm dry. It feels pretty dry. It does, at least around the edges here, so I think I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, it's dry. Okay. So I'm just gonna do this for a minute. Give me a minute and then I will show you the finished product. Okay. I'm so glad I fixed that, because that is my favorite one. I don't know why I didn't think to replace the nib. Silly. Okay, so here we go. Here is my final page. I just kind of love it. It started funky and I wasn't sure where it was going, but I knew I wanted just a weird kind of, you know, watercolory but with alcohol ink, flowy kind of background in the sky. And that's what I got. Let me use, you can see my hand behind it, so I want to get something here, just something white mostly, so you can see what it really looks like here. Look at that cute little snail guy. So there we go. There is my superpower page. Let's look at it from the other side too, so you can see from the back side how you can still see through it. Definitely more muted, but I could use this and you know, build on it. If you didn't stamp on it and you did this alcohol ink, I mean, look at how cool that is. You could flip it over and do something on this side, and then it looks sort of like stained glass-y, you know, a little bit. So a lot of really cool things that you can do with this. And so I can't wait to see what you do. So here is my page using Matte Duralar from our new mixed media journals with graphics, and the writing prompt of Superpower. So I can't wait to see your page, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye-bye.